That was a mistake. This isn't, though. Hey friends, today's video is talking about sniper rifles. I did some farming over the weekend to get more Uzumes. This is my daily driver. This one is unobtainable. And I said in a previous video that I was maining occluded finality, and that's still true. I'm going to hop between 58 zoom and 50, so I can better compartmentalize my aim with these snipers between the two input devices, because I now play controller and mouse and keyboard. So I streamed for like 11, 12 hours today, and the goal was to go for trick shots as a way to de-rust and get more comfortable with my mouse and keyboard snipers. And I also did it with controller too, just because I feel like I'm a worse controller player. So if I could do the cool things with Uzume on controller, that just tells me that this is the right choice. That it's, at the very least, a fun weapon. And if it's fun, you don't realize you're putting in practice. Anyway, this is an unobtainable role, has high impact reserves. It kills a 10 resilience Well Radiance user in the head with both the last bullet and the second to last bullet. In Checkmate, this might be a problem because I think you load 3 bullets in at a time with the transmat, so maybe that won't work there, but I do have Bottomless Grief, and if I really have to, I would put backup mag on it, because that does make the bullets hit harder. Now, you might be tempted to say Warp Weapon, but I'm pretty sure that that doesn't hit Bubble and Well, which are the most popular supers. However, if I was just loading into 6s randomly, didn't feel like using high impact reserves for sake of a video, I would just throw this on, and this would be my new daily driver. In the theme of fun, Incandescent is awesome because you just shoot a player, they explode with Scorch near another player, you throw an Incendiary nade with Ember of Ashes, and it just blows up the second player with an ignition. It's really cool. Or, with Incandescent, if I'm playing Golden Gun, I can just throw the weighted throwing knife at someone who has any Scorch on them, and they blow up. The final role is what's featured in today's video, and that is Golden Tricorn. And you might be saying, Cam, that's highly impractical, you're never gonna... I hit it. I hit it on both mouse and keyboard, and controller. So since these are all 50 zoom, remember, these two don't kill supers, this one does, and this one kills everything. So the high impact reserve is the best. But since I main a Void class most of the time, or a Strand, it makes sense to have a Void high impact sniper rifle, so I turned in a couple engrams. This was my second one. I turned in a couple engrams, and I ended up getting a surplus snapshot, which is good enough for now. Ideally, I do want a fluted barrel there in the future. I might never get it, but also having no distractions, like right here, would be nice. So I'm going to try to go for that. But if I never get it, this is good enough. And at some point, I put a lot of kills onto Frozen Orbit. Oh, I would also take auto-loading holster here. That would be amazing. Anyway, the goal here is just to... It's a very clean scope. Goal is just to kill supers. You're also familiar with my occluded finalities. I'm going to use those mostly on controller. I actually used occluded finality with elemental capacitor on Arc today. Gets to 100 handling, and I used it with Traveler's Chosen. It was a stellar loadout, one of the best I've used. But if I was going to ditch the 50 zoom, I could go for this combo instead, which is a Solar Sniper from the Vanguard playlist, a Luna Regolith, with a snapshot and moving target. I believe it can get opening shot. I have to triple check that. And that's probably what I would go for. It can get to that 50 handling range. I'm probably never going to get a better Silicon Aroma than this, though, so 34 handling is the best I can do. Although it also has ricochet rounds, so I can just go for trick shots whenever I'm bored. Final thing to mention is Cloud Strike is now on the table for me again to keep my aim consistent with 50 zoom. Even though it doesn't have snapshot, 86 handling is very close to equivalent to like 40, 50-ish handling with snapshot. It'll feel identical to Cloud Strike. And then, of course, you have like On Your Mark on Golden Gun to also help the handling. So there's just a lot of ways to get the handling if you really need it. Almost forgot to mention succession. This is the kinetic analog to Uzume. Zoom is 50, handling is 55, have no distractions. I was debating on demolitionist or moving target, but I ultimately chose no distractions, and that's probably going to change in the future again. Today's video focuses on just going for stupid golden tricorn clips. I hope you enjoy. Uh-oh. You're so lucky I didn't have because the guy's connection. I was like, you're really gonna rob me of this. Oh! Please drop green. Oh! I waited for the shield. This is doable. I can find a snipe here. Okay. No panic. Okay, that counted. Bad connection, but it counted. I didn't have the orb, though. It's just I want to use an exotic weapon. I'm being the Green Goblin, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I wanted the green. No, fix your connection right now, young man. My tangle! You monster! At least fucking, like, alley-oop me. Need to get in close now. This'll do it. I should have picked up that orb. I failed. No, you 10 resilience.